Good day, everyone. It's a wonderful privilege to present Klein Goederust, wine cellar and tasting facility based in Franshoek in the Western Cape. And we are going to dive into this project. My name is Nikita and I'm representing Archon Main Architects, and we're also based in Wellington. And our category is the beautiful architecturally exposed steel that we want to enter, and the creative use of steel in this project. So like I said, the client is Klein Goederust Wine Farm. They're based in Franshoek. We were the project architects, Archon Main, and the main contractor was Construct SGN. So what made this project very challenging was the heritage implications of this project, and it's very visible on one of the main scenic routes as you enter Franshoek. So if you're ever in the Western Cape area and you want to experience some beautiful wine farms, you will definitely make a visit to Franshoek. And this is just after Leopard's Leap, and it's and this elongated building is aimed to anchor the structure into the landscape, and we've used steel in a creative way to create a floating canopy that would shield the glass box that would be the main tasting facility. Behind this masonry facade is a big steel, basically warehouse or wine storage facility where they also make wine and store wine, and that is made from the grapes on this wine farm. So that is the brief and also the design intent of this project. So like I explained, that was the architectural brief for the structure, and steel played a big role in this, achieving this vision and objective, because it can be it could create a lightweight structure, and we've used steel in a creative way by creating these tree-like structures that holds up the canopy, that shields the glass from solar rays. And because of steel's strength and capabilities, spanning capabilities, we could have created this large structure and this impression of a light, almost like the roof is floating. So that was why we used steel, because of its structural strength and its spanning capabilities, and the fact that it could be uninterrupted roof lines. So we also wanted to achieve a minimalist approach, and try to use as the lines that are used are supposed to mimic trees, and also be as few as possible, if that makes sense. Okay, and then just elongating that. So the project, we completed this project on the 10th of December 2025. The project cost was about 50 million. It's a structural steel building with also with masonry and glass, and we're entering it from an architectural point, and it's in the agricultural sector, specifically on the wine industry is the category. So Klein Goederust is a beautiful story of how it's the first Black-owned farmer in the area, and he bought this farm and he is basically redeveloping it and creating, between the heritage and the contemporary architecture, is recreating and reinvesting into this wine farm. So it's trying to give new life to the existing buildings that are there. He's used a lot of funds to upgrade existing structures, and also to and then with this wine cellar really create a destination. And like I said, this big building is used to anchor into the landscape and really create a wow as you enter it. It's really, these horizontal lines really create a minimalist form, and we try to, and by this form we're not trying to compete with the heritage structures, and the only way really to create this elongated building and create these big spans was to use steel. And then some of the challenges which we had was to navigate was the heritage process, going through all of the necessary approvals, but also being sensitive to the farm and its sense of place. Another major challenge that we created was how to sit this long building comfortably in the landscape without taking too much away from the heritage buildings. And I think we could create that by using minimalist lines. The steel played a critical role in achieving this because of its the technical and creating these technical objectives of the project. And the idea with steel was to create this long horizontal roof planes and create space for us to make these expansive glass facade. So the glass is also supported by steel, and because we've used it as a black, the color of all the structure is going to be is black, and it sort of melts away. So you don't really pick up that it's steel. You just see the glass and the light. So by using color as well, we try to create that transparency and openness. Yeah, it's very efficient using steel because if it could all be manufactured off-site in the warehouse, and it was erected on-site quite easily and quickly, and I think that was also one of the benefits of using steel as one of our main construction materials, because it could be like I said, the precision was kept in place, and it's very fast to install. And we, because of the sensitivity of the site, we could erect it within 2 weeks, and there weren't that many laborers for that part of the phase of the project. And creating the steel structure also enabled us to create this big glazing element, and also for the canopies that we could create. Okay. So to address the design incorporates several passive environmental strategies. So the orientation was very important. It's directed north, and also the deep overhang integrated, the shading elements were introduced to reduce the direct solar that would penetrate the building. And also by using steel, we could create this long overhang canopy with minimal columns. So that was also wonderful usage of steel. We wanted to create we only want to use a few material choices. So using masonry, steel, and glass as our 3 main elements, this created this minimalist design. So the innovation with this project is evident not only in its accurate architectural expression, but also in the way contemporary construction techniques were integrated into the sensitive heritage environment. And the project demonstrates how modern steel construction can coexist with historic architecture and respectful and in a meaningful way. And though we had careful detailing and structural precision and integrated environmental design, the development established a benchmark for contemporary interventions with culturally significant rural settings. So it was a massive privilege to do this site and to be part of something that really takes Klein Goederust to the next level. This beautiful, at the end, it's created a beautiful, calm, light-filled, and deeply connected building that has enhanced the visitor's experience and create a unique character for the estate. So the main thing that we want to highlight of this design was the creative use of steel to create these tree-like structures, and this was detailed and manufactured off-site, and then it was detailed obviously through us and with the use of with the fabricators, and then they constructed it in the warehouse and it was assembled on site. So the idea is these you can see these structural columns mimicking the trees in the background, as you can see, and how it can allow this massive canopy that that shields this glass facade. So that's and this creates a whole minimalist approach. And this expansive glass is all supported by steel as well. So here's a bit of the details regarding the steel work and the cost of it and the tonnage and all of that beautiful technical jargon there for the engineers to to read through. Also, just one point on this, we've also used the steel, the internal of the steel to transfer the storm water into this channel. So you can see there's the downpipe, and there's a big box cutter that runs in line with the trees, and then all of the storm water is catched within the columns, and it translates into this channel, and then it goes into the landscape and into a pond. So that's also a clever way. We've used the idea of steel that it can harbor and it can camouflage basically all of these functions as well. Was also one way we've used steel creatively. The structural engineers were Empro and Lemco did most of the steelwork contracting, detailing, and they were the merchants. So the structural framing and overview of Klein Goederust. So Klein Goederust wine cellar and tasting room is primarily structured around a steel frame system integrated with reinforced concrete and masonry elements. The steel framework forms the primary load-bearing structure for the wine farm, the wine cellar, tasting room, and the associated covered areas, creating the large span spaces required for both wine production and hospitality. So one of the things that are also nice about using steel is we can create a lot of height, especially in behind that big masonry wall is the wine cellar where all of the wine is made, and we have big wine wine manufacturing that happens there, and we need a lot of height for that. So the steel columns and the beams support the building's long horizontal roof lines and extensive overhang, which also provides the solar protection that we've talked about, and the reinforced concrete elements provide stability, durability, and support for the areas required and increase the structural robustness, while masonry components assist in defining enclosed spaces and integrating the building with its rural context. So yeah, the structural framing, I would say, just creates this large space that we could use for the wine making. How does this project illustrate the benefits of steel as a material? So I think the biggest fact is that we could use steel to create these large column-free spaces, and also that steel could bend, and we can use it in a creative way as well. So the flexibility was also essential for accommodating wine production and processes, the storage requirements, the visitor circulation, and to future operational adaptability. The long span capabilities of steel allowed the design team to achieve open and functional spaces without compromising the architectural vision. So I think steel, I think steel as a material is a very adaptable and very versatile, and that's what I really enjoy using steel when we're designing buildings, because of its robustness, because of it can be designed with efficiency, and you can use a subcontractor to erect it on site, and you know that it will be correct and precise. So that's been really a wonderful way of using steel. So you can see some of the steel elements. This is now behind the facade is the framing that went up, and this was just the concrete for the channel, and here you can see the site being prepared. Here they erected the building, and here's sort of the final image of how it looked when it's all done, and how the front tree columns were used in a creative way. So, and the metal cladding. So we don't have that much cladding in this building except for the roof cladding. And we've used the Findra's Saflock 410 because of its a concealed fixed nature. It could be used. It's a seamless installation, and also you could span wide spans, and because of the concealed fixing mechanism, waterproofing is easily achieved. And yeah, I think we had to roll it on site and had these custom links installed. So I think the use of this cladding was also very important for making this design work, and also having very long lines that we wanted to create that are very flat. This specific roof cladding really assisted in achieving that aesthetic. So you can see here that we've got the cladding at the whole of the back area as well as in the front that is installed. Okay, fabrication. I think what's important just to say about fabrication is that most of the structure could be manufactured off-site, and this achieved that precision that we needed for this project. So we will just expand on this next. So erection wise, there weren't really a lot of challenges. I think this was really a fantastic part of the project, is that all of the steel was manufactured off-site and could be erected within, I think it was within a week we could erect most of the building. And I think yeah, just having a very good team at this point really assisted in having a seamless running project. Some challenges I think would be just working on a working farm and having a big construction project happening while they actually want to work in the vineyards as well. So I think that was one of the big challenges that we had to overcome on site, is to make sure that the site is that everything is working well farm wise while we were building the project. Okay, then so I think the benefit of steel in this project is that it is versatile, it's easy, it's precise, and it's a very robust and long enduring material, and this really made it possible for the architectural vision to be achieved. Okay, I think everything was galvanized and painted on site, so it was quite very a little bit labor intense to have it hand painted on site, but in the end I think it gave a beautiful finish. So what we're proud of, I think, just to end my speech here, I think what I'm very proud of is creating a beautiful building that the client is proud of, and I think the steel used creatively makes it one of those destinations that I think people remember, and I think really resonates with visitors, is that you have got this beautiful space, and it's all because of we could use steel creatively to create a space that is open with glass and that you can enjoy the outdoors while being inside. So I think using steel for this project really allowed us to achieve that. Thank you.